Laptop?
All right.
Thank you. Kynan?
Yeah, so the Halo 4 campaign is the triumphant return of the Master Chief, and that's awesome. I'm pretty partial to multiplayer. Do we have any other multiplayer fans in here? So multiplayer takes place as the Halo Infinity multiplayer experience. It is all in the Infinity, and there's two components to that. First is Spartan Ops, and the other is War Games. Spartan Ops takes place 6 months after the events of the Halo 4 campaign, and it's our ongoing episodic cooperative experience. Everything that you do in Spartan Ops works towards building up your personal character so you can customize your loadouts and use that experience across both modes, Spartan Ops and War Games. Each week you get one episode of an ongoing CG series, and in addition you also have 5 missions that are available, and this continues on. War Games, the second component, is the traditional competitive multiplayer component of Halo 4. It takes place in a Spartan battle simulation where players can pit their skills against one another in order to basically prove themselves, and the other thing is that they can update their character and customize their options in ways that now affect more than just their cosmetic options. So our new player progression system allows you to tailor your playstyle to whatever you want, so you can change your loadouts, your weapons, your armor abilities, and all new armor mods, which again let you kind of tailor your playstyle. We have a bunch of new weapons and some interesting surprises, but coming up next, we've got a bunch of our game modes. So we have Capture the Flag, Oddball, and King of the Hill returning, which are all customized now to be new for the Halo 4 sandbox. But we have some all-new modes like Regicide. Regicide is an update to our free-for-all mode, or it's a new free-for-all mode, completely new to Halo 4, where the player in lead is King. The King has a bounty over their head, which you can see here, and every other player on the field knows exactly where they are at all times. If you kill the King, you get the bounty, and that basically causes some wild lead swings late on in the game. Everybody knows.
When we do our playtest at the studio, there is one person who will remain unnamed, David Ellis, that when you get right at the end, he will purposely stay second, and then like the last 5 seconds, he'll make sure he's right by the King, and then kill the King, and then win the game. It is the most infuriating thing that I've ever seen. So if you see that person that I did not name, David Ellis, you can maybe tweet him. Tell him that's dirty. Not nice. Sorry,
so we also have Regicide here at the show, so you can play it.
Don't do that.
Over in Halo 4.
It's not nice.
One of the other modes that we have is Infinity Slayer. So Infinity Slayer is a new Team Slayer mode, which has 2 new components. The first is our new scoring system, and the second is our ordnance system. As you can see here, as you build up your ordnance meter by playing well, you will eventually be able to call in your own power-ups and power weapons. So power-ups make a return to Halo. We have the Overshield, but for Halo 4 we also have Speed Boost and Damage Boost. Damage Boost is an increase in the amount of damage that you do whenever you have this power-up, so if you see somebody glowing red, just know that they're going to deal more damage.
In other words, it's not going to end well for you. Unless you're red, then it'll be okay.
Yep. We also have... we have 3 maps here at the show, the first of which is Haven. Haven is a small-scale Forerunner map. It takes place deep within the clouds of Requiem, and it's basically a 2-tier map. There's some jump gaps in the center, so if you're engaging people and fighting and you're running into some trouble, you're getting damaged, you can always drop back to the lower tier on the jump gaps.
Haven is awesome. I can't wait till you guys play it.
Next up we have Adrift. Adrift takes place in a recommissioned mining vessel that the UNSC are using towards the war effort. It's a symmetrical map, and there's an outer ring on it that has some man cannons that launch you, but then it all converges into the center room, which has the mech in the middle. And again, do we have any sword fans in the audience? People that like using the sword? Well, whenever you play today, run for the middle because the sword is between the mech's legs.
It's not nearly as bad as it sounds. It actually is.
And the last map that we have, which you can play tomorrow, you'll be able to play Infinity Slayer on Longbow tomorrow. Longbow is a large-scale vehicular map that basically has the return of some favorite Halo vehicles, the Warthog, the Mongoose, and the Ghost, which have all been updated for Halo 4's sandbox. We also have Sprint by default, so even if you're not in a vehicle, you can still cover a lot of ground on your own by kind of running around. Who wants to see some new weapons? So first up is the scatter shot. This is a Forerunner shotgun. The shots reflect off of surfaces, but one of the cool components of this is that whenever you shoot somebody and you kill them with it, they'll disintegrate. Next up is the light rifle. The light rifle is cool because it's a fusion of the DMR and the BR in concept. It's a Forerunner weapon, but it shoots a triple shot burst from the hip, but if you zoom in, it's a single precision shot. Next up we have the sticky detonator. This is a cool weapon that allows you to fire a projectile that will latch onto any vehicle, player, or surface, and then you can manually choose when to pull the trigger and detonate it. So what I like to do is fire it at Frankie's head and then let him run around before choosing to make it blow up.
Nobody ever seems pleased to see me come back into our base with their flag. They're like, "Hey Frank, what's that on your hat?"
And last but not least, we have the updated shotgun. The shotgun is basically the returning favorite weapon, but it looks new and it's awesome. I tend to use the armor ability thruster pack to kind of close the distance and then shotgun people to take them out, but that never tends to work on you, Adam. Why is that?
I have skill. And the hard light shield that tends to stop it.
Yep, awesome. Well, thanks for letting us share some of the new multiplayer components with you. Yeah.
Thank you, Kynan.